Did you know that Moldova is the least visited country in Europe? Quite surprising, isn't it? Tucked away between Romania and Ukraine, Moldova, rich in history and culture, often goes unnoticed. It's a land where centuries-old traditions blend seamlessly with the contemporary world, a place where the past meets the present. Yet, despite its captivating charm and allure, Moldova remains Europe's best-kept secret. This tiny nation, however, has a fascinating tale to tell. Moldova, a former Soviet republic, gained its independence in 1991. Its history is a tapestry interwoven with periods of prosperity and hardship, each thread contributing to the vibrant country we see today. Situated between Romania and Ukraine, Moldova's history is deeply intertwined with its neighbors. The region has been a crossroads of cultures and empires, from the ancient Dacians, the Romans and the Mongols, to the Ottoman Empire and the Russian Tsardom. Each has left an indelible mark on the nation's identity. However, it was the Soviet era that truly shaped modern Moldova. Incorporated into the Soviet Union after World War II, Moldova experienced significant changes. Industries were nationalized, agriculture was collectivized, and the Moldovan language was Cyrillicized. Yet, beneath the surface, a sense of national identity persisted. In the late 80s, as the Soviet Union began to falter, this spirit re-emerged. Moldova witnessed a national revival, a renaissance of its culture, language and history. This culminated in the Declaration of Independence on August 27, 1991, as the Soviet Union crumbled. Independence, however, brought its own challenges. Moldova grappled with economic instability, political upheaval, and the frozen conflict of Transnistria, a region that declared independence but is not recognized by the international community. But Moldova didn't just survive, it adapted. It made strides in democratic reforms and human rights. It sought closer ties with the European Union, signing an association agreement in 2014 and is now eyeing membership, a testament to its resilience and ambition. Moldova's history is a testament to the nation's resilience. It's a story of a people who have navigated the currents of history, from the ebb and flow of empires to the tumultuous waves of independence. And the story isn't over. Moldova continues to evolve, to adapt, to strive for a better future. It's a country that has weathered storms, and yet it stands tall, ready to face whatever comes next. It's a nation that, despite its size, refuses to be overlooked on the world stage. Despite its tumultuous past, Moldova continues to forge ahead. Moldova's political scene has seen a significant shift in recent years. Indeed, the political landscape of this small, landlocked nation, nestled between Romania and Ukraine, has been undergoing a transformative journey. In essence, the heart of this transformation is Moldova's ever-strengthening inclination towards the European Union. Historically, Moldova's political compass swayed between East and West, with influences from both the Russian sphere and the European Union. Yet, in the past decade, the pendulum of political preference has swung decidedly towards the West. The pro-European Union sentiments have grown stronger, becoming more than just a political stance. They now represent a vision for Moldova's future, a dream of integration into the European Union's community of nations. This shift towards the European Union is not without its implications. On one hand, it presents a myriad of potential benefits. As a member of the European Union, Moldova could enjoy increased trade opportunities, access to a larger market, and the potential for economic growth. Furthermore, the European Union's commitment to democracy, human rights, and the rule of law could help Moldova strengthen its own political institutions and governance. On the other hand, this shift also presents challenges. The journey towards European Union membership is a rigorous one, requiring extensive political, economic, and legislative reforms. Moldova would need to meet the European Union's stringent criteria, a task that will undoubtedly test the country's resilience and commitment. Moreover, it's important to remember that the road to the European Union is not a one-way street. This path is fraught with potential geopolitical tensions, as Moldova's pro-European Union ambitions could strain its relations with Russia, a significant player in the region. In the end, the shift in Moldova's political landscape towards the European Union represents a bold step towards a new chapter in its history. It's a journey filled with both promise and uncertainty. But one thing is clear: the Moldovan people are ready to embrace change, to take on the challenges that lie ahead and to shape their own future. Moldova's future within the European Union remains an intriguing possibility. Moldova, despite being one of the poorest countries in Europe, is showing signs of considerable economic growth. It's a fascinating paradox, really, how this small country, nestled between Romania and Ukraine, is managing to turn the tide. But let's not skip ahead, let's take it from the top. Historically, Moldova's economy has struggled due to a variety of factors. Lack of natural resources, political instability and corruption have all played their part in stifling the country's economic potential. But despite these challenges, there's a glimmer of hope. Over the past decade, Moldova has been making strides slowly but surely towards economic improvement. A significant contributing factor to this improvement is the support of the European Union. As part of the EU's Eastern Partnership Initiative, Moldova has received substantial financial aid, technical assistance, and favorable trade terms. This has led to a surge in exports of Moldovan goods to the EU, which now accounts for almost 2/3 of the country's total exports. But it's not just about the money. The European Union has been instrumental in helping Moldova implement crucial economic reforms. These reforms have improved the business climate, reduced corruption, and increased transparency. As a result, Moldova has seen an increase in foreign direct investment and a significant growth in sectors such as agriculture, manufacturing, and services. The wine industry in particular is flourishing. Moldova, with its rich soil and favorable climate, is one of the world's top wine exporters. The industry has been a key driver of economic growth, creating jobs and boosting tourism. But let's not get ahead of ourselves. It's important to remember that while Moldova's economy is growing, it is still fragile. It's not immune to external shocks or internal political upheavals. And as the country moves closer to the European Union, it will face new challenges and pressures. So, while the progress is promising, the road ahead is still long. The country's future economic stability will, in many ways, be determined by its political decisions. It's a delicate balancing act, but with continued support and wise leadership, Moldova has the potential to achieve sustainable economic growth. While Moldova's economy continues to grow, the country's future economic stability is closely tied to its political decisions. Today, Moldova stands at a crossroads, with its future closely tied to its decisions on European integration. As we delve into the present, we find Moldova in the thick of intense discussions about joining the European Union. This isn't a decision to be taken lightly, as it can significantly reshape the nation's future. The stakes are high, and the outcome will be instrumental in determining the country's trajectory in the years to come. Moldova's ongoing dialogue with the European Union is characterized by a kaleidoscope of opinions, hopes, and fears. On one hand, there's the promise of economic prosperity, political stability, and stronger international alliances. On the other, there are concerns about the potential loss of national sovereignty, the challenge of meeting the EU's rigorous standards, and the fear of unsettling relations with countries that are less enthusiastic about European integration. Yet the allure of the European Union is strong. The prospect of access to a larger market, increased foreign investments, and the potential for improved living standards is enticing. The EU's commitment to democracy, human rights, and the rule of law also resonates with many Moldovans who yearn for a more transparent and accountable government. However, the path to EU membership is not a sprint but a marathon. It requires substantial political, economic, and legislative reforms. Moldova must demonstrate its commitment to upholding the values and principles of the EU, from ensuring judicial independence to combating corruption and promoting social justice. The potential implications of this decision are far-reaching. It could usher in a new era of socio-economic development for Moldova, bolster its global standing, and redefine its identity on the world stage. But it could also lead to internal divisions, political instability, and strained international relations. As we look to the future, we see a Moldova that is vibrant, resilient, and full of potential. It's a nation that's not afraid to dream big, to challenge the status quo, and to chart its own course. As Moldova grapples with these decisions, the world watches with bated breath. Moldova's history, political landscape, and economic situation present a complex and fascinating story. Let's take a moment to revisit the intriguing narrative we've unspooled today. From the depths of its rich history, Moldova emerged as a resilient nation with a unique cultural tapestry. Its past has been marked by various influences and power shifts, making it a fascinating study in perseverance and adaptability. Turning to the political landscape, we've seen how Moldova's political scene is a dynamic and evolving panorama. It's been a tumultuous journey, with the nation navigating the ebb and flow of power struggles, reform efforts, and shifts in political ideologies. The economic situation of Moldova is a tale of growth and potential. Despite past challenges, Moldova has demonstrated a commendable resilience. It's been a journey of transformation, with agriculture playing a significant role in shaping its economy. And finally, we've looked at Moldova's current affairs and future prospects. There's a strong sense of anticipation as Moldova stands on the threshold of potential European Union membership. This could usher in a new era of opportunities, change, and growth for this tenacious nation. As we've seen, Moldova's narrative is far from ordinary. It's a nation that continues to write its own story, defying expectations and carving out its own unique path. As this small but resilient nation charts its course, Moldova continues to defy expectations and capture our interest.